Behaving like an idiot is an art. Most people have this embedded. Men somewhat more than women. My name is Simon. No, I don't know what Mum was thinking at the time. I'm a tour guide, and I'm a local expert on behaving like an idiot. Stay with me, I will show you. In Israel it is said that the camel is unable to see its own hump. So how does one know if you're making stupid mistakes in social conduct? Here I'm very fortunate because I'm surrounded with people who are very enthusiastic about pointing out my shortcomings. I too have gotten better at realizing my mistakes. Now, before we delve into the various ways to make a donkey of oneself, I will try and give some key clues as to how to reduce that risk. 1. Let your wife do all the talking. 2. Avoid trying to impress people with your knowledge. 3. Do not assume anything. 4. Don't ask questions about people. They will volunteer the information they want you to know. Here's a wonderful opportunity to embarrass ourselves and our surrounding while making conversation with Israeli women. In Israel, having children is a big deal. If you got them, you're okay. If you haven't, you're not. While chatting with women, we might be curious to know whether she has children. She will usually advertise that after a short while, but if we ask her if for any reason she hasn't, she will be unhappy about this question, so let's avoid it. Here's another way of doing the wrong thing. While trying to impress, if we're friendly with a guy, as we all are, and our new friend will tell us it's against his religion to have a beer with us, can we assume he is Muslim? Absolutely not. He might look to us like an Arab. He might actually be an Arab, but he might not be a Muslim. He could be Druze. Now, Druze and Muslim are not the same religion. By assuming that he is Muslim, you are showing that you've done your homework, and it's not a bad assumption. And if you ask him what is his religion, he might be okay about telling you. But don't guess that he's a Muslim. He might say, yes, I am, but if he's a Druze, the Druze and the Muslims are not friends. He might be very uncomfortable about your assumption. Here's another way of making the wrong assumption. You could be having a conversation with someone you've met. Is he an Arab? He sure looks like one. He certainly speaks Arabic. Nevertheless, he's not necessarily Muslim. He could be a Christian Arab. He could be Catholic or Orthodox. And another thing on this particular subject. Some Israeli Jews are second-generation Arabs. Their families speak Arabic at home. They could be Yemenite Jews, North African Jews, Middle Eastern Jews. In fact, they are Arab Jews. But they don't consider themselves Arabs because there is some animosity between Arabs and Jews. There is an abyss. For all intent and purposes, they are just Israelis. If this is getting complicated, worry not. It'll get easier when you come to Israel. Here's more on the subject of ethnicity and nationality. Now, it's okay to say a Jew in Israel, and it's okay to say a Palestinian. But what if you meet a Jew that lives in the West Bank, in an Israeli town or settlement? He lives within the Palestinian Authority. Is he Palestinian? God forbid, absolutely not. He will be very upset to even hear about that reference. And a little more about this subject. What about an Israeli Arab? He lives within the borders of Israel. He could be a doctor, an engineer. He could even be in the Israeli army. He has friends and family within the Palestinian Authority. He might even be supportive of the Palestinian cause. Is he Palestinian or Israeli? He could be both, but if it's not for you to ask. Now, despite the fact that there's other issues, we're not going to cover everything. I'll leave something for when you come. I'd like to thank you again for your attention. This was not an easy session. When you come, we'll discuss more of it. For now, please like and subscribe, and feel free to look me up or write me before you come.